Welcome to today's workshop on how to launch your business with customer-focused marketing, brought to you by Grow with Google. Grow with Google is an initiative to help people prepare for work, find jobs, and grow their business online. This workshop today, we're going to be talking about the basics of customer-focused marketing and how this can help you launch a successful business. In this workshop, you'll learn why marketing is so important. We'll introduce the marketing funnel and the customer journey, explain how your marketing can influence who does business with you, and you'll learn how to reach prospective customers and build awareness of your brand, as well as how to engage with your customers during their decision process to influence their considerations to buy your product or service. You'll also learn the methods of conversion and how to build customer loyalty and engage in brand advocacy. Let's start by talking about marketing funnel and the customer journey. Great marketers don't make stuff, they make meaning. This quote by marketing guru Seth Godin gets to the heart of it. The job of marketing is to make your products and overall brand meaningful to your customers. That's why it creates a customer base that is loyal to your brand, choosing your products over others. But what does this really mean? Let's dive into a story. Let's meet Shalin and Sharika, the founders of TW Shalin couldn't find a professional way to carry his lunch to work. He tried a paper bag, a plastic bag, a Velcro nylon bag, and none of these reflected his style that he wanted to bring to his workplace. He looked very professional, and a lunch bag just didn't look good with his outfits, and he couldn't find anything he liked at a reasonable price that did go well with his business wear and complemented him. So he decided that this mattered to him and that he wanted to take it into his own hands, and he created TW Tote. As you can see on the image, these are the little tote bags that he created for the lunch bags. Diving a little deeper into their story, like most entrepreneurs, Shalin and Sharika started out with a passion and a great idea. They had design and engineering skills and could build a product people wanted, but they didn't know much about marketing. Many of their decisions were based on a gut instinct. That was a great start. They identified and created a product that met a real need. But Shalin and Sharika didn't know how to make their products meaningful for their customers. They soon realized they needed to be great at marketing. They needed to establish a brand that would reach more customers, sell more products, and build loyalty. And you can see them here in this image, creating their different bags, going through the different color palettes, and things like that. So what even is marketing? The three things that we're going to go over today is creating meaning and storytelling, building relationships, trust and credibility, and influencing customers along their journey. At its core, marketing is an ongoing effort to create meaning for your customers. What does that even mean? Why should customers buy from your company? What's in it for them? What makes your product or service and company great? Why should they listen to your advice? What's your backstory? Storytelling helps impact meaning to your products and brand. It connects customers with your business on an emotional level. When customers buy from you, you want them to feel good about their purchases. Your marketing should be about building relationships, developing trust, and credibility so that your customers want to buy from you. Staying in touch throughout the customer journey will help them think of you first, always being on top of mind. So what even is the marketing funnel? It's useful to think the marketing funnel is a process to take people who are unfamiliar with your product or service and turn them into paying customers. Overall, a main goal of marketing funnel is to help business accomplish their goals, whether that be profit, revenue, new customers, or something else important to the business. The first benefit of this framework is that it considers the customer journey. Instead of trying random marketing strategies or sticking with a plan that focuses only on sales, the marketing funnel encourages you to consider the experience a buyer has with your brand. The customer journey is the sum of the experiences consumers go through when interacting with a brand. Awareness is the first phase, as you can see here. When a potential customer discovers you, maybe through a word of mouth, a Google search, or an ad. Next, they may move into consideration phase, right here, number 2. This is the phase when customers weigh whether they'll buy from you or your competitor, when they'll buy your type of product or something similar, or whether they'll buy it at all. If the customer decides to become your customer, they move into the conversion funnel. This phase is where they may buy one thing or many things over a lifetime. Which brings us to our last phase, loyalty. Loyalty is when customers are so thrilled with their experience that they continue to buy from your brand over and over and recommend it to others. So let's dive deeper. Your job as a marketer is to influence customers at every phase of the journey. At the awareness phase, your marketing is focused on reaching consumers where they are so they can become aware of your brand. So under awareness, you can see the question that you can ask, how do your customers reach you? So you can think about that. That would be the first funnel. During the consideration phase, your marketing is about engaging potential customers by answering questions and building relationships. So a question to ask yourself in the consideration funnel is, how do you help them find those answers? In the conversion phase, your marketing is about influencing your leads, converting them into paying customers. A question that you ask yourself in the conversion funnel phase is, can you turn these leads into customers? And lastly, sustaining contact with customers who have a good experience can build loyalty and turn them into brand advocates, which would be the loyalty phase. And the question you would ask yourself in that phase, do your customers return to you? At every phase of the customer journey, you have the opportunity to persuade them to move forward with you. The better the marketing, the greater the influence, and the longer the journey or the lifetime value of a customer. So, an engaging question to ask all of you. You can either take yourself off of mute or throw the answer into chat. But the question is, what phase of the customer journey do you need to do the most marketing help? Awareness, consideration, conversion, or loyalty? Which one in the phase for the marketing funnel would you have to do the most marketing help to reach those customers? You can either throw your answers in the chat or unmute yourself. Okay, let's move on. So, reaching prospects and creating awareness. So we're going to take a deep dive on the first funnel. So let's talk about the first phase and how you reach prospects and build awareness for your brand. The customer journey may begin when someone needs something. They turn to a Google search. Awareness could be triggered through a word of mouth, advertising, trade shows, or other types of communication marketing. No matter how your customers find you, they'll likely continue their research by searching for your business online. To reach prospective customers, you first need to understand who they are so you know how to reach them. Start by identifying who needs your product. Then build a brand that sparks their interests. Once you've defined your ideal market and build a solid brand, you'll need to start a business online. Let's talk about each of those steps to the concepts in more detail. Identifying your customers. Market segmentation. When it comes to identifying your customers, it's good to think about whose problems you want to solve. Who will want the product and brand experience you'll create. Understanding exactly who your prospective customer is will guide your marketing. Your brand and your products may be useful to just about anybody, but if you don't focus on your most likely customers, you'll spread your message and money too thin. That's where market segmentation comes into play. It helps you narrow it down. You can start with demographic segmentation, which would include age, gender, ethnicity, religion, income, and education level. You also want to know about their interests, values, personality, lifestyle. These are psychographics. Geographics are location-based information. What size, density of region, neighborhood they live in, what language they speak, even the climate of where they live. Lastly is behavioral. Behavioral segmentation involves understanding the frequency of your customers' purchases, their usage of your products, and level of loyalty. So the 4 that you want to deep dive into for market segmentation would be demographics, psychographics, geographics, and behavior. Okay, so let's look at this example, Metro Michaela. She's one of the customer personas that we're going to look at today. And this customer persona represents a group of similar people in a desirable audience that we're discussing. They are fictional users whose goals and characteristics represent the needs of a larger group of users. Customer personas can help you focus on creating marketing materials for the people who are most likely to buy your products or service, naming them and associating a photo or common marketing practices. Let's consider this example of Metro Michaela. She is in her mid-30s. She's a female. She's single and lives alone in a large city. She's college educated and has a mid-level management job in the fashion industry. Michaela likes to have friends over to cook and drink wine. She dreams of traveling but spends a lot of her time in the city shopping at local boutiques and farmers markets. Now, how would you market a product to Metro Michaela? Think about how you would influence Michaela's customer journey. What channels would you reach out to her? What types of imagery, words, or tone of voice would you want to use to appeal to Metro Michaela? And what type of product attributes would be important to her? If you have any of those answers, you can throw them in the chat or unmute yourself. So first, think about how you would even communicate with Michaela based off of her being single. She's a 30-year-old female. She lives alone. She loves fashion. She's educated. She likes to cook, wine, travel, and shops regularly. So you'd first figure out what channel of communication would be best to reach her, then what type of words, images, and tone of voice would be most appealing to her in the marketing, and then what actual attributes to a product would speak the most to Michaela for her to take the next step in the marketing funnel. Okay. Now, when building your brand, once you identify your customers, it's time for you to create a brand appeal. So this branding is more than just choosing a logo that you like. A good brand identity connects emotionally to your prospective customers. Your logo design and brand colors will convey certain feelings and even inspire certain actions. Graphic elements communicate values and interests and should represent what your prospective customers aspire to do. Your brand's messaging, tone, and voice do the same thing, helping to communicate what your brand is about, how it relates to them, and how it aligns with their values. So just like the graphics show you here, first establishing your logos and colors, your graphic elements that are associated, and your messaging and voice. So your overall tone. Next, these shared values and ideals create the basis of your brand. Before you choose a logo or colors, you need to define your values and ideals. TW Tote, the example that I showed you earlier in the presentation of Shalyn and Sharika, TW Tote positions itself as a luxury but approachable brand. They want their products to be accessible while meeting the standards for quality and style. They use these characteristics to describe who they are, what they want to be, and how they want to be perceived. These values can be written into a brand positioning statement that establishes the foundation for your marketing efforts. And you can see in the photo that Shalyn and Sharika are actually packing their lunches into the tote, so you can see how they're actually doing that. You can see that they are still very professional appealing compared to their outfits, which was Shalyn's biggest thing when he was trying to find something for a lunchbox. He didn't want a paper bag. He wanted a bag that complemented his office style. Your brand positioning is your North Star and can also be used externally in your marketing. It should include the customers you serve, your audience, what you offer and how it addresses your customer needs, how you're the best at what you do, and what differentiates you from your competitors. What's your unique value proposition? Your brand promise or your mission. So those are the 4 things that you have to identify when doing your brand positioning statement. Brand positioning statements need to be brief, clear, and memorable. Good branding creates a cohesive, powerful experience for customers, and it begins here. Okay, here's a template that you can use for your own brand positioning statement. The blue words are placeholders. You will replace the 5 placeholders with words that apply to your brand, including the audience, the customer challenge or need, your company name, your product or service, and why it's different, and a brand promise or mission. So the brand positioning statement template here says for blank audience who blank customer challenge or need, blank company name provides blank product or differentiator because blank. So this actual template can be used for you to help create your brand positioning statement. And at the end of the webinar, you'll receive the handouts for today's presentation and also the presentation slides, so you can go back and you can actually use these templates to help you create your brand positioning statement. All right, next, unless anyone has any questions. Okay. So this is an actual example of a brand positioning statement. In this case, TW Tote, the audience is working professionals. The customer challenge or need is stylish and functional lunch bags. The company name is TW Tote, and the product or service and why they are different is fashionable insulated vegan leather totes. And a brand promise or mission is everyone deserves a luxurious and functional lunch bag the entire family can use. Now, with all of that information, that's how they came up with this brand positioning statement example. And theirs is for working professionals who need a stylish and functional lunch bag. TW Tote provides a fashionable insulated vegan leather tote because everyone deserves a luxurious and functional lunch bag the entire family can use. All right. Once you've defined your prospective customers and designed a brand that speaks to them, it's time to get your business online. You may find an audience through existing platforms like social media, seller platforms like Etsy, or discovery sites, often made for specific professions like accountants or plumbers. These existing platforms can help you reach specific customers by using them. But using them is like renting an office. You don't own the space, you just lease it. This means that the owner can change the space, raise the rent, or even go out of business and leave you in the lurch. If you're building your brand's presence only on leased platforms, you risk the chance of your sole connection to your customers being wiped at any moment from the platform. Leased platforms should only be used as a supplement to your own website. Examples of getting your business online: social media, directories, online marketplaces. That does not limit it to that, but those are just the examples that they're showing here. All right. Building your own website ensures you own your online property. You have control over its contents and how it behaves. You can also grow and customize it as your business grows as well. Also, your own website can be optimized for search engines, helping them find you. So helping the customers actually find you instead of the other way around. Less work on that one funnel, which was the awareness. Yes, the phase 1. The benefits of building your own website: you own it, you're in control of it, you can grow your business how you want to on your own website. Okay. Google also offers a way to get your business online by creating a free business profile, which I highly recommend creating. The business profile displays crucial business information to searchers across Google Search and Maps and is optimized for different devices. This doesn't replace a website, but it can help you stand out in search results and drive potential customers to your site. Creating a business profile helps you control the details. business hours, contact information, store locations, phone, video, and more. This also helps with just keyword searches. So if you have a laundry business, you could have a word pods, clean, simple, certain associated words that go along with your business. Is also how Google captures search data. So if you put in certain words, it also will help your customers find you as well. And then they'll be able to see all that information as well. If you have a business profile, they'll be able to see your website, your social media, your contact information, all the things. So this is really beneficial for customers to discover you and have your information out there. Okay. Engage and influence consideration. So number 2, once customers discover your brand, some move into the next phase, which is phase 2 of the customer journey, which is consideration. Here you can guide customers through the process of evaluating your brand, engaging and influencing them to learn more about you. During the consideration phase, they are deciding whether or not they want to do business with you. They're evaluating their brand compared to the other choices and gathering information to help them decide what or if they want to even buy. Your marketing strategy is to provide answers to the questions and other details to help them in their evaluation in the purchase process. Engaging your customers during the consideration phase is crucial. Learn about their needs and wants by listening to them. Ask questions, have meaningful conversations with these customers. Spend time communicating and delivering valuable information and content to your customers. Your goal during this phase is to build interest and desire in your customers, so they want to develop a deeper and longer relationship with your brand loyalty, and okay. Next, listen and learn. To learn more about your customers, listen and don't make assumptions about what they may want or need. Determine their pain points. The better you understand those needs, the better you can create solutions and can communicate that to them. Back to our example of TW Tote, Shalyn and Sharika have discovered that their customers love their lunch bags, but also needed different types of totes for a variety of users. You can address the challenges your potential customers have with your particular industry, products, or with your brand specifically. Analyzing what customers are searching for online will give you insight into what they need and want. By listening and learning, you can figure out how best to serve your customers through your products and your content. So this is an example of them doing a research. How do your customers search for your products you offer? Well, you can use Google search to find out what your customers may be looking for. Often it's for solutions to their problems. So how do your prospective customers search? What terms are they using when they're trying to connect with your products and your brand? Searches by TW Totes customers might be around fashionable work bags or style tips. These search terms become the keywords and keyword phrases that should be used regularly throughout their marketing. Most small businesses should have at least 5 to 30 keywords or phrases they know their customers use to search for their type of products and expertise. What keywords have you identified for your business? Let us know in the chat. Okay, moving on. Okay. Google's search results page, whenever you search a keyword search inquiry, you'll see a list of related searches at the bottom of the search result page. That is what's highlighted on this page here. So when you do a search, it will give you all your options, and then it will give you related search terms or related companies in that area down at the bottom, as it's showing here in the highlighted of green. For example, TW Tote could type professional lunch bag into the search bar and see what related searches come up from professional lunch bag. Those may be good terms for them to use in their marketing. A free tool called Google Trends can also be used. This helps you find keywords and ideas for new content. Google Trends will show you the relative popularity of different search terms on Google. If it has enough data, Trends can show a forecast of search volume and searches experiencing significant growth. You can use it to find and compare the popularity of different words, phrases, determine seasonality of different searches, and see where searches happen geographically. You can also use it to discover related search topics and inquiries. All this information can help you see what topics people are interested in and create relevant content to publish on your site. So just like it says here, and it shows you the image, for example, on Google Trends is what you'll see on the window, and it would give you all the analytics breakdown. Like it said, it can also give you future insights, so it can tell you how likely those search terms would perform in the future as well. All right, communicate. Once you know what your customer is looking for, it's time to give them what they want. The shift from listening to communicating begins when you share content that educates and inspires them. Your customers most likely don't know half of what you know about your industry and even less about your specific brand and product. What can you teach them? What can you demonstrate or instruct them? How can you help them, inspire them, and provide resources? Engage with customers by giving them valuable information that proves your credibility source of information about your industry, content that builds trust by sharing your expertise, and content that's relatable and likable. This type of communication isn't about promoting your products. It's also about offering information that helps the customers with their research and if they want to purchase your product in the customer discovery phases. I'm going to put these questions in the chat as well to help you guys. All right, moving on. Okay, you can share content, words, photos, videos, all throughout different platforms and different channels. You don't have to be on all of them, but you should use the ones that are going to have your actual customers on them. Think of these channels as a means to share your content, to grab their attention. So for example, TW Tote has a YouTube channel with commercial style videos talking about their product features. They also showcase special offers on social media and their blog. There are a lot of different choices when choosing a channel based on your customers. You want to pick the one where your customers spend the most time and what best delivers the content you're sharing. Ultimately, you want to drive traffic back to your website and share content directly on your site. If a business profile on Google, you can use the post feature to share content that links back to your site. And I will put the link in the chat of how you can do that. So this is the link that you can use to create content that gets posted to Google to go back to your website. And then remember, whatever you can dream up that's interesting, entertaining, and educational to your prospective customers, that stuff is useful for them and not just necessarily about you. It will engage them on these channels and help them evaluate your product or service further when they're in the consideration phase. And like it mentions here, these are just a few of the channels, but it's not limited to these: social media, email, YouTube, podcast, online purchasing, website, and blog. And like it also mentioned, your Google business profile, you can post content to Google that links directly back to your website. Okay. Developing relationships. Communicating in this way with your prospective customers helps develop a relationship, build more trust, credibility, and likability. These things help you earn. These are the things you earn by putting in work that you've talked about so far. Beyond sharing great content, you also need to spend time solving their problems, even the ones that come up before they become a paying customer. You can influence their considerations by having conversations answering questions, and helping your customers evaluate you. Marketing during the consideration phase can be long and takes patience. By having a consistent content strategy and dedication to engaging with your customers through a variety of channels will solidify a relationship that lasts for a long time with your customers. So in this one, you need to develop relationships during this part of the consideration phase. Are you solving their problems? Have those conversations with them and help them evaluate your product or service deeper. Okay, let's do another example. We already did Shanlin and Sharika, and now let's meet Tracy and Danny. They're the founders of Wicked Good Cupcakes. In 2010, they took cake decorating classes, and their passion became a business, and the first store opened in October 2011. As their reputation grew, they received hundreds of shipping requests, but they couldn't find a way to ship cupcakes and have them arrive fresh and intact. That's why they came up with their big idea, cupcakes in mason jars, as you can see them here putting them in the jars. By filling jars with layers of cake, frosting, and filling, the cupcakes stayed fresh for 10 days without refrigeration and could be shipped easily. News spread in 2013, and Tracy and Danny debuted on ABC's Shark Tank in front of 10 million TV viewers, and Wicked Good Cupcakes became the go-to site to buy unique baked goods online. You can see another photo here of their cupcakes in a jar. With an appearance on popular TV, Wicked Good Cupcakes had achieved brand awareness and were actively engaging with their customers. Their next step was to focus on increasing purchases and turning customers into brand loyal advocates. It was time for Tracy and Danny to do more marketing focused on the conversion and loyalty phases of the customer journey. They needed to learn more about their customers so they could better convert them. They needed to identify opportunities to improve their website and ways to make their entire experience, especially the checkout process, more efficient. They also needed to give their customers reasons to come back to their site, share their experiences with them, and eventually become brand advocates for Wicked Good Cupcakes. With the help of Wicked Good Cupcakes, we're going to talk about the last two phases of the customer journey and how your marketing can help convert more customers during the conversion phase and turn them into brand loyal customers during the loyalty phase. Pave the way for conversion. Conversion. Do leads become customers? That is the big question. To convert customers, you need to figure out which leads are most likely to become your customers and focus your marketing efforts on them. To do this, you need to identify the key customer actions that lead to conversion. Then share the right marketing messages and timing to call to action to encourage the purchase with those ready customers. Finally, you'll convert more customers when streamline the purchase process and make it easy as possible for them. So, to convert your customers, you want to identify key actions and prospects, share timely calls to action, and streamline the purchase process. So less friction in the purchase process to make it easier for them to actually buy. Okay, how do you know where customers are in their journey? You look at their actions. Certain actions signal they are more likely to convert. These key actions may vary depending on your business. Some common ones are signing up for your email list, submitting a form like a request for a quote, downloading content like a product brochure or video watching, signing up for a trial or demo account, downloading your app, calling you or emailing you to schedule a consultation, placing a product in your online shopping cart, but leaving the site before making a purchase. It's important to remember these key actions won't all be online. For Wicked Good Cupcakes, a key action could be visits to their cupcake truck offering samples. When Wicked Good Cupcakes looked into customer actions, they saw that some website visitors were placing items in their shopping cart, but not completing the purchase. That action signaled a higher interest level than just visiting the website. They identified these visitors and then sent them coupons, giving them a nudge to actually buy the cupcakes in the cart. Think about your business. What customer actions can help you identify people who might be ready to become your customers? So this one's kind of like data driven. Like, what data can you collect to identify where in the purchase process they're dropping off, and where can you help them complete that purchase process? So I'm going to keep throwing these questions in the chat to help you guys. Okay. Streamline purchase process. There are a lot of elements that go into conversion, but one of the easiest ways to convert customers is to make the purchase process as simple as possible. You can create a hassle-free online checkout experience by reducing the number of steps, offering guest checkout as opposed to requiring sign-in, provide value-added services or benefits with purchases, and ensuring they feel great about what they actually are buying. When Wicked Good Cupcakes wanted to make it faster and easier for customers to complete their purchases, they reduced the total number of checkout steps. They also continuously test other checkout options and tweak the process based on those results. So data. For example, they added the option for customers to purchase cupcakes as a gift to record a personalized video that would be sent via the email to the recipient of that cupcake. They used Google Analytics to see how those changes affected their sales and made the necessary adjustments as the data came in. Ultimately, conversion works best when you've created a stellar experience at every touch point throughout the customer journey. Okay. Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a no-cost tool that you can use to understand your visitor behavior on your website and mobile app. It's one of the most popular website analytic platforms. It allows you to track the customer journey on your website and or app, if you even have one. Google Analytics also can help you discover important information about your website visitors. For example, how do people find my site? What do customers interact with once they find me online? What demographic groups visit my site the most? What channel drives the most traffic? And which channels and actions drive the most conversion? Google Analytics can help you do better marketing throughout the entire customer journey. Specific to the conversion phase, Google Analytics provides insight into actions impacting your conversion. This helps you identify customers ready to convert and lets you analyze your conversion processes so you can make more people to complete the actions important to your business. And then I'm going to throw this link into the chat. This is how you get to the actual Google Links page. And then the question for this one is, do you already have Google Analytics account and is it connected to your website? And if so, throw it in the chat. If not, you can also throw that in the chat or unmute yourself. Okay. Convert your customers with online advertising. Another Google tool that can be useful for driving conversion is Google Ads. One of the advantages of digital advertising is the ability to deliver specific content to specific groups of people. This lets you show ads to the right people at the right time, making it more likely they'll convert into paying customers. For example, you can use Google Ads to put sales messages and initiatives in front of people searching for products like yours. Ads can appear on Google search results and many other websites like YouTube. There are many format examples: text ads, image ads, shopping ads, and video ads, to just name a few. There are also special types of campaigns. One you may recognize, even if you've never heard of it. It's called remarketing. In these campaigns, your ads can appear to a potential customer after he or she visits your website. When you connect your Google Ads and Google Analytics accounts, you'll be able to create an ad directly from your analytics data and learn more about the impact of your ad campaign. I'm going to throw this link in the chat as well. This is for Google Ads. You can link your Google Ads account and your Google Analytics account so you can track your data and your results better. Okay. Now we're on the last phase of the customer journey, and that is to build loyalty and encourage advocacy. So we're on the final phase of the customer journey, loyalty. As in the other phases, you can influence your customers' actions through focused marketing that sustains loyalty and encourages them to recommend you to others. So what even is loyalty? By giving your customers more to consume and making their experiences great, you can sustain their business and earn their loyalty. Loyal customers think of your brand over others. This will help encourage them to promote your brand and products to people they know, helping you reach new customers. All right. So when building brand loyalty, build loyalty by providing more value, sustain customer loyalty through programs and initiatives, encourage advocacy among your customers. So how do you create more of these types of customers? By providing more value. You might do this through consistently excellent customer service, new products, as well as different programs and initiatives. But ultimately, you want to keep your customers happy, engaged, and buying from you. Happy customers will often naturally tell others about their experiences, but you can also nudge them to do this with more focused marketing. And let's dive into that. Okay. Building this type of customer loyalty can be done in a number of ways and relies on the entire customer experience being stellar up to this point. If they didn't have a good checkout experience, had trouble with a product and didn't get the help they needed, or felt ignored and unsatisfied with their experience or interactions, it will be hard for them to return and become a brand loyal advocate. At this phase, you want to focus on deepening your relationship with your customers, getting to know them, letting them get to know you, and keeping them happy and engaged. You can do this by staying in touch through whatever channels make sense for your business. Also, providing top-notch customer service will positively impact customer loyalty. Think about these questions. Do they get the help they need? Are they providing all the answers to the questions? Do they feel great about their purchases and interactions with your brand? These questions I also will throw in the chat, and these are questions to consider when thinking about brand loyalty, or why a customer already is loyal to you, or how to get more customers to be brand advocates for you. Oops. Okay. Sustaining customer loyalty. Loyalty programs and initiatives will help you sustain customer loyalty you've built by helping them feel special. You create a loyalty program based on VIP status and exclusivity, something that offers special product sneak peeks or videos to help them understand your product better. Your program could offer special discounts and perks like occasional coupons or points rewarded over time. Personalization will go a long way, so you may also want to consider things like sending personalized notes with purchases or a special offer on birthdays and anniversaries. Encouraging customer advocacy. In fact, 92% of consumers trust word of mouth recommendations over the types of marketing, and customers referred by the customers have a 37% higher retention rate. These are important reasons to not just focus on sustaining loyalty, but encouraging advocacy. Happy customers will naturally spread positive word of mouth. You can also help your customers spread the word of mouth by putting opportunities to advocate for your brand in front of them. Starting by asking your customers to leave reviews online, consider asking your customers for testimonials or permission to make their experiences with you into a case study. You can also create referral programs that incentivize your customers to pass along messages and offer to their friends. Contests and social media sharing opportunities with prize incentives are also great ways to help them help you. So some of the channels, like they mentioned already, online reviews, testimonials, test cases as well, referral programs, contests, and social media sharing. Okay. So some tips for managing your reviews. Remember, you're applying publicly so anyone can see what you write, but you want to reply to all reviews. You want to respond to reviews promptly, write a genuine, courteous, and short response. Share your point of view, solutions, answers, or thanks. Avoid offering incentives or advertisements in the review sections when you're replying to customer reviews. Who can be an advocate? Customers, employees, partners, vendors, influencers, and even affiliates. Your customers are not just only the ones who become brand advocates, but also employees, partners, and vendors are great candidates for brand advocacies as well. Even if they aren't actual customers, they have an intimate knowledge about your brand and can be encouraged to advocate for you. Paid influencers and affiliates are another form of advocates. Influencers are typically people who have influence among your target audience, and the content they share is in line with your brand. Influencers are paid to recommend your brand or specific product, typically through social media. Affiliates are typically people in your industry who have a wide reach or a lot of traffic on their website. Affiliates receive a percentage of a sale they generate through their advocacy. All right, so what's your action plan? Write down one thing that you will do after this workshop today to launch your business. This is the end of the customer journey, and as you can see, there's a lot of marketing you can do to influence the customer journey to ensure your potential customers become aware of you, consider you fully, complete a conversion, and become a loyal brand advocate. Before we finish today's session, let's take a moment and think about all the ideas we covered today. Can you write down at least one thing that you will do next to take action to help your business launch? If you'd like to share, please unmute yourself or throw your answer in the chat. Okay, so just a little recap today. So our recap from today is marketing for awareness and consideration. We want to take our customers from the awareness phase to the consideration phase. So ask yourself, how do your customers reach you? How can they find answers? You want to also define who your customers are, brand your business, get your business online, listen and learn from your customers, communicate and deliver value to your customers, and develop lasting, loyal brand advocacy relationships with your customers. So after we take them from awareness to conversion, now we're taking them from conversion to loyalty. So the questions that you ask yourself this time is, do these leads become customers? And then for the loyalty question, do they become loyal customers? So you want to identify key actions, share timely calls to action, streamline the purchase process. So just like the cupcake brand, they identified there are so many people putting the cupcakes in their cart, but they saw there's too many checkout steps. So they reduced the number of steps in their purchase process to get more people to purchase. And of course, encourage advocacy. Okay. So some resources, you can check out the Grow with Google page on YouTube. This can also help with other tools, skills, careers, tips, and businesses. This slide deck and the handout will be sent to all of you who attended today. And I hope you learned a lot. There's also other resources with Google. You can also get career certificates. They have certificates in data analytics, advanced data analytics, business intelligence, digital marketing and e-commerce, IT support, IT automation with Python, so coding. Those are other resources through Google. There's some other ones as well. There's different sections. So if you want online training or learning specifically for teachers or students, they have that. For local businesses, for job seekers, or for developers. But that is all I have for you today. Please scan the QR code to give us feedback. And I appreciate you all coming here today to learn how to launch your business with customer focused marketing. And we'll see you next time.